Okay. Okay, right. So what we're going to do now is we are just going to take us through different stages of the movement, trying to understand what movement is all about, internalize it, and then we'll go for the planning as such. Right? Because when we understand movement very clearly, it will be easy for us to do and identify what we are doing is already matching the movement and how it goes. So let me just start with the difference between a movement and an organization, or movement or mission. You can call it as an institution. Movement versus anything. So movement predominantly starts for a mission. Right? Movement starts for a mission, and when the mission is over, the movement will go back to sleep. So it is not a permanent thing at all. When I say it's not permanent, that does not mean it will last for only 5 years, 10 years, 30 years. We cannot give a time frame because the moment Jesus Christ started is still going on. Yeah, even after 2000 years, it is still on the one of the highest active movements in the world. So what Christ started was with the purpose, with a very clear mission that everybody should come to him. And he was very clear about it. He was very, and if you also see the way how Jesus developed the movement, he didn't go and publicize it immediately, rather he developed leaders. He actually didn't do nothing to impact the entire world. He was only concentrating on his area of influence, where he was. But he developed leaders in the process, and these leaders went to different parts of the world and they changed the world. The 12 people or the extended disciples list, they went across the world even after persecution because of the strong leadership Jesus gave them on the first 3 years. So look at Jesus as the center of the movement. We can learn a lot of things. How he created movement, he was very simple. He was actually wanting to impact a whole lot of people. That is the entire world, right? But he didn't start with the entire world. He just started with a core team, I would call it. It's a set of 12 people, right? And they were all not from one background. They were all not leaders as such. One was a tax collector, there were fishermen, they were into a lot of other businesses, right? And they are not all of them are necessarily, even religious people. So this is how Jesus started this movement. So he started with the core team, which is a small set of a team. Then he made them influence their sphere of influence. So they, in their geographical location and in their workplace, in their businesses, in their family life, they impacted a sphere of people, right? And they multiplied and they went to the world. There are a lot of reasons for it. So this is how typically a movement starts, and that is why important. There has to be need for a core team, right? And I'm just talking about a core team. It is not just anybody who comes in and do whatever they want to do, but it is with a clear mission. So as I said, movement starts for a mission, whereas in any organization starts for different. There might be different other reasons as well, right? And the difference between organization and movement, as I said earlier, organization lasts forever. They want to build organization to last forever and ever. But movements are not built like that. If we achieve what we intend to do in Siliguri as a team, then we can very well rest. What happens is, once the movement is over, it will become a lifestyle of people. No more you have to create that movement. No more you have to induce it in people again. It will become a lifestyle. So if your focus is, say, creating Christian leaders as helping people, right? One of the things that George was showing was genuine helper. So if you just take this as one moment, you want to create genuine helpers, and you create genuine helpers, you don't have to still teach them. they'll automatically become genuine helpers. It will become their lifestyle. Take any movement for that matter. Coca-Cola is a movement. Do you agree that Coca-Cola is a movement? Though we think that it is an advertisement strategy, can we all live without Coca-Cola today? It has become inherent part of our life. Right? I'm talking about majority of the people. It's a consumer movement. Talk about our independence movement. Right? Independence was a movement. The fight for independence was a movement. So it went on, led by few people. They were not even known as high leaders that time, right? But when the movement achieved, what happened to the independence movement? Do we still have independence movement? No, because there's no need for independence movement to continue for lifelong. Once the purpose is achieved, they can say, okay, right now we can all rest, right? So we can very clearly have a mission in mind, and is this purely mission focused? The next important difference in a movement is the leadership. Now, who's the leader in a movement? Who's a leader in a movement? That's it. The one who initiates. But the problem is, the one who initiates will not always be cherished as the leader till the end. He might not be even there in the process when the mission is achieved. Again, let's take the example of our independence movement for nation of India. Right? Do we know who initiated this movement? We all talk about Gandhiji because he was the one who was there at the end of the movement. Am I right? When the cause was achieved, he was there. So we all remember him. Do we know who initiated the movement? Where it started? Who had this idea? That is what a movement is all about. When, as we are sitting here and talking, believe me, after some years, you know that you are a part of this movement. That's it. The people who are running the show, the people who are taking the friend, they may not even know that you and I were present. That is the beauty of the movement. So you can't own a movement. You can own a company, you can own an institution, you can own an organization. But nobody can own, not even a trust. Right? So it's purely unstructured. It's purely, I would say it is purely unsystemed. There is no system at all in it. And who's the leader? Whenever you have a meeting in a movement, you always prefer a meeting of circle table, where everybody can share their opinion, right? And everybody can be a part of it. And that is why this core team is very important. I'll come to this a little later as well, understanding who we are and what are we going to do. But I'm just giving you an overview of the movement. So mission is important, leadership is important, right? Many times leadership, the one who initiates a movement will be ridiculed. People will say he's nuts. He lost his senses. They will say, hey, what is this? I'm already doing it. Why is he even talking about it? Right? He or she. So very, very normally this will happen. They will say that, why are you even talking about it? It's not going to bring any change. That is when the change started happening. Right? A leader who should be patient enough, or I would say, I use the word initiator, should be having the patience till there is a fire catching up in the larger society. He has to patiently do all the catalyst roles we just saw. The leader should be just patiently waiting, connecting with different people, sharing the vision, right? Do it again and again. He might be failing hundreds of times, he or she. But he or she should not stop at that time, because once the fire catches, of course, you all know how to catch a fire in a barbecue, right? Yeah, you put all the coal, we'll put a fire into it. It will not catch immediately. Sometimes you have to blow fan for half an hour. Sometimes you have to blow with a blower for some time, right? And you have to pour petrol, you do whatever you want. Slowly it catches. But once it catches up, the coal got the heat. You can't even think of going near to it. It's so hot. It consumes everything nearby, and it also makes the other coal become hot. If you put coal and if you make that as a, I mean, make fire in that, it will make all the other coals catch fire. It will not just stop with that, right? And that is a leadership form of a movement. So you and I here, we can have different metaphors for us to understand us in this, our role in this. As I said, we are salt, catalyst. Of course, most of you might know catalyst is a term used from chemical reactions, right? There is a reaction going on, and if you are not seeing any impact of the reaction, then they will add something called a small salt kind of thing, which is a catalyst, which will induce the reaction. But it will be totally, dissolved during the time the reaction is happening. And then we can also use the terminology for ourselves as coal, our coal catching fire for barbecue. So you can think of different metaphors for yourself, understanding how our role is going to be, right? So mission is important, leadership is important, and the most important part of all this is cause. Why am I doing this? Mission shows how am I going to do it. Leadership shows with whom am I going to do this, right? Who's going to partner with me, who's going to work with me. But the most important thing is, why am I doing this? So if you ask yourself this question, why am I being part of this movement? Why am I even here today? I think that is what defines who we are in this movement. I'm just going to give you 2 minutes time, self-introspection time. After this, I'm going to, if anybody can come forward and we can take not more than 1 minute, but share why you are here in the movement. You can take 2 minutes and reflecting on it. You can start reflecting on it. Yeah. So before you start, I'm just going to show a video. Observe the video. You can also reflect on it. Yeah.
Hello. I've always believed that God wants to do something very special in any city. And ever since we came to Siliguri 27 years ago, there was a stirring in our hearts to see some godly groups being established and seeing godly purposes being fulfilled in the city. It so happened that two pastors from Calcutta, they came to Siliguri 2006 and talked about the prayer movement, the prayer summit movement. And we were just about 3 or 4 leaders who met with them for a conclave. And after that, very next year, we had the first, in fact, maybe the same year, we had our first prayer summit. And ever since then, God has put a burden in my heart to see that God's purpose being fulfilled in Siliguri. So I just want to be a part of God's great vision for Siliguri. That's why I'm in this group. Again, it so happened that since right from the beginning, I've sort of, maintained the continuity over these years. I so happen to be a person who has been here since the beginning. And there have been many, many of you who have joined, and we are seeing some exciting things already. So this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning, and I know with people like you in the group, as brother was saying, a time may come and the initiators will be forgotten. But there will be another group of people who will be taking the movement to another level altogether. So I'm waiting for that day when the younger people will really come up, charge up, and take the vision to another level. So that's why I'm here. Thank
you. The reason why I'm here, the 3 factors that I can imagine. Number 1 is it's very personal. Because I've always had my heart soft corner for my city. That's how I joined ministry also. I wanted to work for the city of Siliguri. It was way back in 1997 when we had the Christmas Eve, the candlelight rally where Pastor Lucky Karthik prayed for the city and he said that we need warriors for our city. So that was the time when I committed myself to be in the mission and to work for the city. It's very personal. It's nothing to do with joining any groups or any organization, but it's very personal. That's the reason I'm here. Second thing is I believe in movement. Last 1 year, that the magnitude of belief is very high. That we just need to jumpstart. The first step is very important, and when we take the first step, things will move on. That is my personal experience again. That I have experience with the food campaign and our Pray For Me campaign. We just started small, and now we'll see how big it has become. And the third one is the excitement. I'm really excited to see the outcome of this movement. So until and unless we have that excitement burning inside, ab kya hoga next? So then that will, I think, really, build us up. So we all have to be excited about the outcome of the movement day, and we will celebrate. And we have a culture here that whatever good thing that we do, at the end we celebrate, including the Pray For Me campaign also. We had a good dinner party. So I am looking forward. I am excited to see the outcome of Movement Day in Siliguri. So number one is very my personal experience, the personal reason that I am here. Number two is I believe in movement, and number three is I am excited to see the outcome of this movement. Thank you.
No, actually, I was not able to understand about the video. It's very not clear. But what I understood is, okay, now there were so many corruption and all these things, cameras, okay, people are running here and there. That's what I understood a little bit of to see that video. Okay. But the question was, okay, now why I am here today here for this get together? Because the first reason is, okay, because since I am in Siliguri, okay, working among the Bengali people and all the language people are there. God, when I was in Campus Crusade, I remember that we did, okay, now the city saturation program in Siliguri, city saturation at Jalpaiguri. I remember, okay, now last 1 week, 1 month, 1 month. And with that, we saw that many people, they come to the Lord. Okay, of course, there was the tools for the GS Film, tracks, different were there. Now we are in Siliguri here, okay, now. Last and brother, what Joshua Pradhan, he was shared about that after the starting of the prayer, we saw the great movement that started. Many leaders are coming. Even beginning, we saw 5, 6 people, but now we saw 15, 20, 25, okay, pastors, leaders are coming. The main important thing is for me to hear, okay, we want to see the transform of the city. We want to see that we will reach the whole city of the people. Okay. Last year, Brother Joshua Pradhan, actually, he sent me to what is called at Chennai. There was a what is called a prayer movement of it, and we saw that how the transformation took place in Mumbai, Delhi, and Chennai. Okay, now how the people they all come together and praying, and they're praying for the city together. And my what I'm feeling is, okay, now if we all come together, it is not a personal one, but we have to come together and pray for the city so that we. That is also my prayer is that, okay, now if you all come together and see, definitely the Lord will He will fulfill our vision. Actually, what purpose we are here. Thank you so
much. As many of you know, I'm originally from Shillong. And when in Shillong, I used to pass through Siliguri to go to Nepal, sometimes to Darjeeling and Sikkim and other places. And I'll tell you, I always hated this place, Siliguri, because I basically belong to the hills. And after Shillong, we had to go to Nepal, Kathmandu, another beautiful mountainous area. And I never liked Siliguri because of the heat, so hot, and because of the noise and the congestion of the traffic and all that. And I used to tell people, my people at home, that this will be the last place on earth if I ever have to come here. But it's been 6 years now that the Lord has brought us to Siliguri. And every day I'm thankful for the city. And I can see the heart of God for the city, how He loves the city so much. The people here are like the people of Nineveh. They can't differentiate the right from the left from the right, you know. And therefore, I'm so excited and so glad to be part of the movement and be a part of the movement, the associate movement, the larger body of Christ, you know, to be involved together with pastors and leaders and believers of the city, moving as one. We are like one local church. We are from all of us are from different local churches, but I have a feeling, I feel as if we belong to the same one single local church, you know, because the Lord has brought such beautiful unity and love and brotherhood, sisterhood amongst us. And the wonderful way by which He is leading this movement to reach out to the city in various ways. Each of us
fulfilling our callings, respective callings for the city. And therefore, I'm here today because the Lord has put a hunger and a thirst and a passion in my heart for the lost souls of the city, to see the city of Siliguri being saved and to see churches being planted in every ethnic groups and people groups. So that's why I'm glad and I'm excited to be a part of what's happening today. Thank you.
Question is why I am here. That's the simple thing that I want to see my city to be changed and to come to know Jesus. That's the simple thing. And I really like this movement because this movement is helping like the people to reach out to the city. And as we have shown that video, the small guy, as we saw that the road was totally jammed with the small thing and nobody was moving there. Everybody was sitting. More people were sitting there, more the jam was just coming. So one small boy took the step to just remove that from the roadside. He took that movement and everybody started to help it and see together they can remove that and the road, all the jams, all those things were clear. So I really like that one because this movement there and all those things also the same like the heart to reach out the city with the gospel with the and the people should know the Lord Jesus Christ. That's why I'm here because I want to see my city to be saved. So.
Yeah, from Zoom also.
Yeah. So the reason is like how Amos said, there's a personal calling also to come to this area. So I'm from down south. So God's specific calling I felt to the Himalayan region. So I'm here. So after I came here, even my work was mainly associated with the hill station only, not in city. So only the lockdown time, I was able to, since it was lockdown, I was not able to go to hill region. So obviously, I had to be in the part and parcel of Siliguri team. Previously, I was just coming. I mean, I was not knowing more church pastors and leaders inside Siliguri, though I started the Saturday prayer meeting. So the lockdown time, I could see so many needs of Siliguri, not only hill station, Siliguri. This is the so regarding this movie, when I linked with the small clip we saw, there was a boy. He was already there, but there was a need for other people also. So not only the boy, although like a catalyst, he initiated, but he was not alone able to move it because the task was high. So what I can say, I can fit in any of the people, those who later on went and tried to help the boy. So in that way, I fit, and in my capacity, whether prayer or whether mobilizing, whatever it may be, and I cannot say like kind of that kind of boy, but I mean anyone can be catalyst, but we need people those who help that boy to do a greater things because he can easily take a stick away from the road, but but a big tree. Obviously, we need more people. So I feel I'm here. The reason is maybe later on some people join, maybe some kids also join. I may be one of the kids. So, okay. Thank you.
We're going to open up this phone even for our friends on Zoom. Raj, Dr. Stephen, Mohita, Angela. If you have something to say, why you are in this movie, please unmute your mics and maybe show us a video and then speak loud and so that everybody can hear. Okay? So time is given for you guys to just 1 minute of why you are in this movie. Yeah, Momita, wait.
Yeah, Jai Masih, everyone. So this moment is also very special to me because I remember 2015, I had left the city. Am I audible?
Let's put the mic here. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead, Momita.
Yes. So 2015, I was working in Kolkata, and I remember I left Kolkata when there was a major structural transformation that was going on, and there was a promotion waiting, but there was a deep, I'll use the word chaos in my heart, because I was not happy where I was, what I was doing. The package was good, the organization was on an international level, they were doing advocacy, but I wasn't happy because I remember God clearly speaking to me to come back to my community back in Siliguri and pursue my grander vision. Not my vision, I think God's vision, and my purpose, I think, is to really be a catalyst of change, transformation for the Lord. I think that is my whole idea or inspiration, whatever you can call it, to be part of this movement. Like I was hearing that it's not a one-day event, but it's a process. So even if I can play a very small part of bringing any transformation or any change to add to that grander vision, I think the purpose is done for God's glory. Thank you.
Yeah, others can also share if you want to.
Praise the Lord. Yeah, I am in the hospital. Sorry, Pastor Raj, you wanted to share? Yeah.
No.
I am in the hospital.
Go
I
ahead,
would just share.
Go ahead, Dr. Saab.
Yeah. Praise God. So, I have never been a part of any movement day or anything, but I had been, very much involved in a lot of activities when I was there in Cochin. And when I was there in Kerala, we were going around trying to help the people and trying to see the communities change. And I was in Kashmir for almost 8 years. And during that time, we had gone to different communities and different places to see that, the people that are there in the communities are being lifted up, and then see a transformation. And I believe that as kingdom people, we have a mandate to touch every area of the society. And this is what God is putting in our hearts also now, that every area of the society needs to be touched and influenced by the people of God. And I believe that it would be a wonderful thing to be a part of this movement day. And I hope that, everything, even as we gather together to pray for the city and every area of the city, in the sense like the arts and the health infrastructure, the teaching staff, and so many areas, every area of the society would be very much influenced by God's glory. So this is our desire, that every working person should carry the presence of God into his workplace, and should carry with him the mandate that God has given them, so that wherever they are, they would be able to influence the society. Not just one pastor, not just one leader, but every believer working in different areas of the society would be able to influence and do their part. And that vision, if every one of us would carry, every believer would carry, that would influence a greater part of the society. And I believe that believers can do much greater things than what one pastor can do sitting in a church. Believers going outside, they would do a greater part than what pastors could do. So I believe this is going to impact the society, and this is going to be a wonderful blessing to our Siliguri. God bless you. Yeah.
Jai Masih to all. As Sister Momita has shared and Dr. Stephen has shared, similar lines I would like to share. 2013, God called me to Siliguri, and I was having one vision and very clear vision, and that is to reach out the city, to reach out the community, and to reach out in a way that I need not to be there everywhere, but to make disciples, build disciples who can work around the city. And since Movement Day, I came to know about the vision and mission, specifically things like empowering all the leaders, whether they are in mission or whether they are working secularly, and making disciples through it. I feel that this is the best way to reach out the community in these days, as we see persecution arises in many places, many different places of India, and getting more and more intense. The magnitude is getting more and more larger. I feel that that's something, the collaborative impact it can create more and more disciples in and around Siliguri. So that's why I want to be a part of Movement Day, and I'm blessed to be a part of Movement Day.
Namaste everyone. I hope I'm audible. So the main purpose for me is like जब हमने उस दिन मीटिंग हमने अटेंड किया और देखा कि किस तरह से हम अलग अलग स्थानों से आए हुए हैं और हम अलग अलग फील्ड में भी हैं, तो कैसे हम सब एक दूसरे के साथ मिलकर एक दूसरे की मदद करके अलग अलग लोगों को रीच आउट कर सकते हैं। कई बार एज ए एनजीओ चलाने में हमें ऐसी समस्याओं का सामना करना पड़ता है कि हमें कुछ लोगों को जरूरत पड़ती है एडवोकेट से मिलाने की, या कई बार हमें किसी डॉक्टर की मदद लगती है या किसी पत्रकार की मदद लगती है। तो हम कैसे एक दूसरे के साथ मिलकर एक दूसरे की मदद कर सकते हैं, और इस मूवमेंट के द्वारा हम एक दूसरे को और करीबी से जान सकते हैं। दो वी आर फ्रॉम डिफरेंट प्लेसेस, लेकिन सबसे अच्छी बात यह है कि हम जो इस समय यहाँ उपस्थित हैं, हम भारत के अलग अलग कोनों से हैं, लेकिन हम सबका हृदय एक है, हम सबका पर्पस एक है और हम सब एक प्रभु को मानने वाले हैं। तो इसके द्वारा हम सब मिलकर एक ऐसा मूवमेंट सिलीगुड़ी में लेकर आए कि हम उस सॉल्ट के समान बनने वाले हो सके, जैसे ब्रदर पैगा ने बताया था कि हम उस नमक के समान काम करने वाले हो सके, कि हम एक बेदारी को सिलीगुड़ी या उसके आसपास के इलाकों में लाने वाले हो सके। दैट्स इट।
So, thank you all. Thanks for sharing. So it's so nice to see when we know that this is something that I understood from all what we have shared. There is one key thing that all of us share, that we wanted to see everybody in our city transformed. I mean, or we can use different words for it. Reached. Everybody want to see that everyone in the city got blessed. They should know Jesus. So these are all synonyms. There's no. If somebody know Christ, then obviously that is the life transformation there. So gospel is the center of all our reasons why we are here. That's why when I started, I said it's a part of a gospel, bigger gospel movement. So what are we going to do now is we are just going to understand. Brother, do we have a? Yeah. Right. So let us try to understand how we are going to operate from here, or how are we going to work together in this. I told that mission is important, leadership is important, and I said core team is important. But naturally, if you see that in any city, there are three different types of leaders, right? Someone I would call as the vision leaders. So the vision leaders are the leaders who has a vision with them. And just like the boy in the small clip we have seen, there was a lot of issues. There were a lot of issues in the city. Everybody was talking about it. Everybody was like murmuring about it. They were complaining about it, right? But this one boy, he took a step forward and the vision was just to clear that tree. That's it. He never thought whether am I able to do it or not, right? Because obviously he knows that he cannot do it by himself. He's certainly not strong enough to carry a tree by himself. So he knew for sure that he cannot do it. But the urge was there, the vision was there. He might not have the resources for it, he might not have the strength for it. He didn't even expect others to do it, right? And when you look from outside, as I said, he would be somebody who can be ridiculed. He say, hey boy, you are a small one, why are you even trying to lift the tree? Right? What happens is, when few others join, there will be another set of leaders who are called the strategy leaders. So strategy leaders are typically experts in different fields, just like everybody here is. Right? One person would be a doctor, the other person would be an engineer, the other person could be a teacher, another person could be a pastor. So they're all experts in their own fields, and they know strategy of their own field. They know how to be how to do things in my own field, right? And if, say, when we're talking about human trafficking, there will be few people who are already working among the human traffickers. They know what to do. So they can very well give us strategies in those areas, right? And the third set of leaders who will join will be the implementation leaders. So we can call them as the congregation, right? Those are the people who actually go out and live the life. So you envision it, you strategize it, and they are the ones who are going to implement it. The actual change makers, right? But on an initial stage in a movement, what typically happens is, this team of vision leaders should meet often and should envision and come up with one focus. Again, the problem is, if we have multiple focuses for a city, so there are hundreds of problems in a city, right? As a group of individuals, as a group of people called by God, if we start thinking about all the problems at the same time, we might not address even one. We will totally lose the focus, right? So what is necessary is the vision leaders should come up with one focused approach or one focused vision. This is what we are going to do in the city for the next 20 years, right? And then based on the vision, they can involve people to create strategies and implement. So the core starts from here. This is where this team is very, very important, right? As I keep telling, this is the catalytic team. If you ask me, are these not catalytic team? They are also catalytic team, but you are the initiating catalytic team who tells, okay, this is what we are going to focus on. And this is what we are going to come up with. So we are going to do a very simple exercise here before we move on to the actual planning of Movement Day, because I know the very reason I came here is to also plan the Movement Day for January, right? But I'm talking predominantly about movement, not about Movement Day, because Movement Day is just a part of a movement. That's it. It's just a catalytic day where we push ourselves and the entire city to come together. That's it. What is important is the actual gospel movement spreading across the city. So what are we going to do now is, we are going to make ourselves into, say, 4 different teams here, right? And this is what you're going to discuss amongst it. I'm going to give you, say, 5 minutes time, right? You're going to discuss, how do I want Siliguri transformed in the next 20 years? And if Jesus, through us working today, how would the Siliguri change in the next 20 years? So it is going to be envisioning and objectivizing, right? You're seeing that, okay, I want Siliguri to be transformed like this after 20 years. And the other question is, as Jesus is working with me, now this is how it is going to be. Have you got the questions clearly? Okay. Okay. Now, the first thing is, say, I might feel that, yeah. So I'm just thinking about my entire city, and I'm saying that my city would be, say, human trafficking less. There is 0 human trafficking in the next 20 years. That is a holistic vision. But as I am working here with all of you today, by 20 years, how is it going to be? Like, how many percentage you might feel that at least 50% it's going to transfer, or you might even say, have the confidence, say 100% it will be changed. So it is, one is the holistic vision, the other one is vision from your part. So you're going to just make into 4 different teams. So how do we make the teams? 4 each. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we can say 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers. That'll be easy. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1. Okay, all number 1s, please come here. Number 2 here, number 3 here, and number 4 there. Yeah, we will. I'll instruct them. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you've been all given a chart. I'll quickly explain how to use the chart. Okay, so please look at the charts. You're all been given a chart, and there is a marker is also given to you. Please start from the left corner of the chart. Do not write anything on the middle or the right corner. We'll start your points from the left corner. So whatever you see individually, so probably as your 4 of you are there in a team, there will be 4 points. Okay, so put number 1, 2, 3, and 4. How do you want city to be changed in 20 years? Individual points. Don't talk about together. Now, individually, your vision should be there. What I personally, Peter, want to see Siliguri changed as. You can, yeah, you can mention the name of the person. And once that is over, this space is for writing the points from the other teams. Once the 5-10 minutes is over, I'll give you 10 minutes because you need a lot of time to think over it and write. Once that is over, we'll see opinions from all the teams. Everybody can share. You can share 4 points from your team. Then you can also write down those points from all the 4 teams. So this region is only for writing the initial thoughts, right? And then we'll see what is our next step. How are we going to narrow it down? So we are going to come up with all major. Then we are going to narrow it down, and then come to one focus point. Am I clear? Yeah. Yeah, we can have 4 imaginary columns. So you can start with first column alone, only the top, writing all the points, and then we'll go on to the next column as it. Right? Yeah. You can start your discussions. Please take 10 minutes. And people in the Zoom, please discuss among yourself, and if one of you can take notes, that'd be really good. Brother Raj, Sister Angie, Momita, if you all can write down your thoughts as well. Can you hear us, brother? Zoom. Okay, so please discuss among yourself and let us know, Sister Momita. So we have now 5 teams here. One team is operating from Zoom.
How many of we are online? If you can, yes, Jemisi Pastor. Right.
Jemasi.
Jemisi sister.
Dr. Stephen is in hospital right now.
Okay. So we can discuss some of the points, and then I don't know if I think Pikaida is left already. So we have to discuss some of our greater vision points. So agar vision points, personal, individual, we have to discuss, and then we have to narrow it down. And then at the end, it has to come with one point, one focused area. So I can share something that I had written. So I will just read that out. Yeah, I don't know how to share. So I'll just read that out. So I've written vision. So the greater vision is, my vision in life is to be a catalyst
Brothers,
of
you're
change. Hello?
Asraj, you are clear?
Yes, yes.
I'm sorry, I'm just increasing my volume.
Okay. I was just sharing my points.
Okay. Yeah,
Then,
you can write it down together and totally we can discuss.
Yeah. So, Brother Pastor Raj, if you want to take this moment to reflect and write it, I'm fine with it. Then we can discuss it together. I don't have to go first.
Yeah, you can tell the vision.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, please.
So I'll just read that out. So I've written, my vision in life is to be a catalyst of change in the world, to heal, empower, restore. So I've used human trafficking, restore survivors of human trafficking for a dignified future in society, and to provide intimate care, protection for at-risk women, girls, children in North Bengal. So narrow it down, I've said that 3 steps we can do is raise awareness, reduce stigma, and restore life. And so while narrowing it down, the focused area can be restoration of survivors. So bigger vision, there are a lot of objectives in that vision. So third, I've said 3 points: restore, reduce stigma, restore lives. And at the end, sabko milakar, focused area, I've said that, okay, restoration of survivors of human trafficking and at-risk women and children. So one focused area. If individual,
yes. Yeah, so I have written for you to be the catalyst of change in the world, focusing on human trafficking in and around Siliguri, and the primary objective or the ultimate objective is restoration of the survivors. Am I right?
Yeah, and at-risk women and children.
And
at-risk women and children. I think there are 4 columns, Pastor, that we need to fill. So first column में bigger objective we have put. So second column में the point can be raise awareness and reduce stigma. That is a narrow अगर करते हैं bigger objective को, तो second column में raise awareness and reduce stigma हो गया. And then last में है overall को अगर we are trying to focus कि एक focus area क्या होगा, तो that is restoration. So अगर explain करें तो वो restoration spiritual, physical, mental, economical सभी आ जाएगा उसमें. So that is how I've narrowed it down. So good to see you, sister.
The same here. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
We will meet soon, maybe in October.
Yes, we will. I'm also in Gangtok. A lot of reporting work and everything. So I could not travel today. So I will come and see you all. So
from Gangtok.
Huh? Yeah, please come. आप आके रहो मेरे साथ, please. Vikrant will be so happy. Come here. I'll show you around. फिर साथ में चलेंगे सिलीगुड़ी.
हाँ जी. Sister, 4 columns बनाने हैं ना? 4 columns, right?
हाँ, तो हाँ 4 columns बोला है. First में bigger जो एक बड़ा grander vision आ गया, और बाद में उसको step breakdown कर, मैंने जितना समझा है breakdown करना है 2 में. फिर लास्ट में एक फोकस्ड एरिया चूज करना है. सो इंडिविजुअल बोला है, तो मैंने अपना इंडिविजुअल ये एक शेयर किया, तो आप उसी लाइंस में कर सकते हैं या थोड़ा दूसरा भी. यू कैन थ्रो इन मोर आइडियाज, पास्टर.
फर्स्ट इज बिगर विजन, दैट इज द ग्रैंडर विजन दैट वी आर फोकसिंग, है ना? फिर जो सेकंड है वो इसको हमको ये ग्रैंडर विजन को 2 भाग में ब्रेक करना है, राइट?
हाँ 4 बोला है शायद, हाँ 2 भाग में, हाँ 2।
अच्छा,
और
फाइनली फोकस,
फाइनली एक फोकस निकालना है ब्रेनस्टॉर्म करके। सो मैंने जस्ट एज एन एग्जाम्पल ये सोचा कि मैं शेयर करूं। तो और भी आप भी शेयर कर सकते हो पास्टर, आपके अनुसार, और योर मिनिस्ट्री और योर expertise sister can also share.
So your bigger vision will be your bigger vision will be to be the catalyst of change in the world, right?
So we finish this exercise by then. Yeah.
We celebrate.
Oh, is it? Okay. Simple. Hindu, right?
And focus will be restoration of survivor and ethics of ethics women and children. इसका ब्रेकडाउन क्या था सिस्टर? आपका म्यूट है।
रेज अवेयरनेस, उसके बाद है इसको हम एक्सप्लेन कर सकते हैं कि रेज अवेयरनेस करना है, अगर हम गॉस्पल को सेंट्रिक रख रहे हैं तो उसी रेस्टोरेशन उसी को केंद्रित रख के हम करेंगे। और उसके बाद रिड्यूस स्टिग्मा है, क्योंकि कम्युनिटीज में फिर ये सर्वाइवर्स को बहुत स्टिग्मा, विक्टिमाइजेशन होता है। चर्चेस में बहुत सारे लोग एक्सेप्ट नहीं करते इनके री मैरिज में। सो दैट्स व्हाई रिड्यूस स्टिग्मा, ये एक एरिया है कि हम उनका जो स्टिग्मा है सोसाइटी में, चर्चेस, कम्युनिटीज ऑल अराउंड, उसको रिड्यूस करना है। फिर फोकस्ड एरिया वही रेस्टोरेशन, तो एक्सप्लेन कर सकते हैं।
राइट
या
So for me, the grander vision that the Lord has given is to reach the unreached. And unreached, हम लोग सिलीगुड़ी में basically 2 तरह से we try to focus on people. First of all, the cream of the society, ना, जो लोग उच्च पद अधिकारी हैं, उन लोग, क्योंकि कई बार अनरीच्ड हम लोग देखते हैं जो
Okay, so now I'm just going to give you a small course correction.
blue collar jobs भी होते हैं,
so everybody will change, but there is a possibility that few of us might have a different view from now. Right. So we have all written what is our vision in the next 20 years, right? What I want to see in the next 20 years. So the same chart, what are you going to write is on the back of the chart, right? On the same left-hand corner, you are going to write each one again, say one city issue that you are seeing every day, right? So one thing that you see in the city, just like how the tree was an issue for that boy, right? What do you see as the tree? What do you see that is hindering everyone? So you might have a vision, say, I'm holistically saying that everybody should know Jesus, but then say I'm a non-believer, right? And what is stopping me from knowing Jesus? I'm facing a lot of issues every day. right? And one of the issues is actually stopping me from thinking about Jesus, rather focusing on the issue. My challenge is, what if you can solve the issue, they would start focusing on Jesus. I think it makes sense. Yeah. So in the back of the chart, again, each one tell one city issue that you see every day is predominantly ceasing our people to know Christ. It can be a social issue, economical issue, or say cultural issue. It can be anything. What do you see in the city? Political, however you want to see it. Okay. So that you can write in the back of the chart on the left hand side. We can take another 5 minutes. Brothers and sisters in Zoom, have you got it? Yeah. Okay. Please go ahead.
Sister, you are muted again. Yeah.
Yeah. Any points have you come across?
आप बताइए क्या like what are the hindrances that we are facing, right? That is the question, right?
Yeah, that is the question. I was just thinking कि एक hindrance personally जो I feel जब हमारे पास survivors आते हैं और स्पेशली गवर्नमेंट के साथ काम करने के टाइम में एक हिंड्रेंस है कि अभी का गवर्नमेंट में क्योंकि हम सर्वाइवर्स के साथ या औरतों या बच्चों के साथ काम करते हैं तो फ्री जो गॉस्पेल को क्रिएटिव तरीके से कैसे उनको ले जा सके वो वी नीड कोलैबोरेटर्स क्योंकि जैसे कि आई एम एक्सपर्ट इन मे बी ह्यूमन ट्रैफिकिंग ऑफ कोई बट आई माइट नॉट टेक द गॉस्पेल टू द सर्वाइवर्स उनका केयर मैं कर सकती हूँ बिकॉज आई नो द लॉज क्या करना है बट उनको क्रिएटिव तरीके से गॉस्पेल उनको देना थोड़ा हमारे लिए इट बिकम्स अ हिंड्रेंस क्योंकि ये भी देखना है कि गवर्नमेंट के पॉलिसीज को ध्यान में रखना है क्योंकि वो लोग बहुत एंटी कन्वर्जन उनको वो लोग टैबू लगाते हैं एनजीओस को फिर हमारा लाइसेंस है ये भी डर रहता है एनजीओस को क्रिश्चियन एनजीओस को कि कहीं वो लाइसेंस ना हमसे छूट जाए बट हम काम भी करना चाहते हैं और हम रेस्टोरेशन प्रभु को केंद्रित रख के करना चाहते हैं सो ये एक चैलेंज है आई फील फॉर व्हेन यू इन माय वर्क इन माय फील्ड ऑफ वर्क सो अगर
So it might be with you, it might be with
मिनिस्ट्री करते हैं उनको कुछ बेसिक्स लॉज पता होने चाहिए उनके राइट्स क्या हैं मिनिमम राइट्स क्या हैं लाइक हमारे जो लॉ है उसमें उन्होंने क्या दिया है तो मोनिका भी जैसे जानती हैं सारी चीज़ों को तो उसकी एक लिस्ट बनानी चाहिए वो मैंने पहले भी शेयर करना कि हम जितना ज़्यादा हम कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के बारे में जानेंगे उतना कॉन्फिडेंट भी होंगे राइट
आई थिंक एक मेन हिंड्रेंस जैसे एंजल ने अभी शेयर किया कि कई बार इवन एज वी गो एंड रीच आउट द अनरीच्ड कई बार हम लोगों को यू नो एज अ इंडियन एंड एज अ चिल्ड्रन ऑफ गॉड कई बार हम लोगों को पास्टर्स को आई वुड स्पेशली से अबाउट द पास्टर्स लीडर्स कई बार हम लोगों को इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के बारे में नहीं पता होता है राइट? हमारे राइट या हमारी क्या बातें हैं और किस प्रकार से उस तक पहुंचना है, वो वे या वो तरीका हमको नहीं पता होता है। तो मेरे ख्याल से हम लोगों को वी नीड टू बी प्रॉपरली एजुकेटेड in the constitutional laws and do's and don'ts also, right? What do you think? And also how to take the, आप तो NGO चलाती है, you would know it, but I face it as a problem कि किस प्रकार से हम लोग समाज को लेकर के, मतलब समाज के जो, भले ही वो गांव में हम लोग काम कर रहे हैं तो उसका पंचायत प्रधान और उन लोगों को इन्वॉल्व करते हुए कैसे काम करें। कई बार हम लोग क्या करते हैं, ऑटोमेटिकली हमारा काम करने के तरीके से उनको हमारे अगेंस्ट बना देते हैं, है ना? तो ये हमको सीखना पड़ेगा कि कैसे उन लोगों को, देयर आर थिंग्स दैट वी कैन नॉट कॉम्प्रोमाइज, राइट, बट देयर आर अदर थिंग्स दैट वी शुड बी लर्निंग कि किस प्रकार से उन लोगों को साथ में लेकर के काम करना है।
और फिर कई बार ऐसे भी होता है कि आप जो कम्युनिकेट करते हो ना, आपकी कम्युनिकेशन स्किल, क्या शब्दों को आप प्रयोग कर रहे हो, है ना, किस तरह के वर्ड्स, अगर हम ऑफिशियली वर्ड्स को यूज करेंगे, तो जैसे आपने लॉ किया है, आपको पता है, तो अगर हम उन शब्दों का प्रयोग करते हुए उनसे अगर बात करते हैं तो कहीं ना कहीं सामने वाले को लगता है कि ये कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के बारे में जानता है, इसको लॉज पता है। तो जब मैं सिलीगुड़ी में आई थी, मैंने बहुत बार ये सारी चीजों को देखा कि बहुत सारे ऐसे प्रचारक हैं या पास्टर जिनको ये जो बेसिक चीजें होती हैं, हमारे राइट्स जो होते हैं, वो नहीं पता होता है। एक इंसिडेंट हम लोग के साथ में घटा था जब हम तुलसी नगर जा रहे थे और वहां पर एक पुलिस वाले ने हमारी गाड़ी की चाबी निकाल ली। तो मुझे पता था कि दे कैन स्टॉप अस ना, लेकिन हमारा गाड़ी का चाबी निकालना वो लॉ के खिलाफ है। नो, ये मुझे पता है। तो ये नॉर्मली हमारे बच्चों को या पास्टर्स को, जो लोग मिनिस्ट्री करते हैं ना, उन लोग को पता होना चाहिए उनके राइट्स क्या है। जब हम EU में मिनिस्ट्री करते थे तो हम कहा ऐसे नहीं, हम ऐसे करते थे, इस तरह से हम लोग उनको समाचार सुनाते थे। हमारी यूनिवर्सिटी में हम लोग प्रोफेसर्स को बुलाते थे। तो कुछ ऐसी ट्रेनिंग्स या ऐसी चीजें होती रहना चाहिए, वर्कशॉप जैसा, कि पास्टर्स लोग और प्रचारक लोग आके सीखे कि क्योंकि हमारे सिलीगुड़ी में मतलब लॉयर्स भी हैं, क्रिश्चियन डॉक्टर्स हैं, मीडिया से लोग हैं, पत्रकार हैं, तो हम लोग कैसे मिलके एक दूसरे को कॉन्फिडेंट कर सकते हैं कि अगर आपको इधर से जरूरत पड़ेगी, तो सपोज आपको लॉ से जाने के लिए तो मोनिता दीदी हैं और जो दूसरे लॉयर्स हैं, अगर आपको मेडिकल का हेल्प चाहिए तो वो लोग एक ग्रुप है, इन ग्रुप में कॉल करो एंड यू विल गेट द हेल्प, राइट। अगर आपको पास्टर्स के एल्डर्स से कुछ सलाह लेनी तो ये इनका एक ग्रुप है, आप उनसे सलाह ले लो। तो ऐसे ना कभी कभी हम लोग को वर्कशॉप कराना चाहिए कि हम एक दूसरे से सीख सकें, लॉ के बारे में सीख सके, स्पेशली लॉ, क्योंकि ये एक ऐसी चीज होती है जो बहुत लोगों को पता नहीं होती कि क्या नए सरकार के नियम आए हैं। इवन आपको पता है, हम जैसे क्रिश्चियंस माइनॉरिटीज में आते हैं, बहुत सारे हमारे एरिया के लोग ट्राइबल से हैं, तो गवर्नमेंट ऐसे कई पॉलिसीज चलाती है माइनॉरिटी स्टूडेंट्स के लिए, जिसमें वो फ्री ऑफ एजुकेशन ले सकते हैं, फेलोशिप्स ले सकते हैं, है ना, और ऐसी सरकार की योजना है जिसका वो लाभ उठा सकते हैं। लेकिन हमारे इधर में नॉर्थ ईस्ट के एरिया में बहुत सारे लोगों को पता ही नहीं होता है कि हम क्या क्या बेनिफिट उठा सकते हैं ना। तो हम ऐसे वर्कशॉप्स भी करा सकते हैं ना, ताकि ये जब हमको पता होगा तो हम ऑटोमेटिकली कॉन्फिडेंट हो जाएंगे, राइट। ये सब चीजें, आज मैंने ना एक वीडियो देखा था कि एक पास्टर को एक लेडी मार रही है कि तुम किसको क्या करते हो, क्या प्रचार सुनाते हो। अगर हम कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, आपको तो पता है कि अभी तक उसके ऊपर में वो नहीं हुआ है ना कि वो गुनहगार है, तो कोई उसको हाथ नहीं लगा सकता है सिर्फ इसलिए कि वो एक आदमी है, इसलिए वो औरत उसको थप्पड़ मारे जा रही है। तो अभी जब तक प्रूफ नहीं हो जाता है कि ये गुनहगार है ना, लॉ के थ्रू, तो ये सब करना गलत है। तो हमारे पास उसको पता होना चाहिए कि कोई भी आगे थप्पड़ नहीं मार सकता है ना।
एक्चुअली एक चीज मैं ऐड करना चाहती हूँ, आपने जो एग्जांपल्स दिया, इट रियली रेजोनेट्स विद मी, क्योंकि रिसेंटली हमारी एक सर्वाइवर है, ये एक सेफ ग्रुप है, तुम बता सकती हूँ। तो आप बिलीव नहीं कीजिएगा, वो एक पास्टर के अंडर में थी, माइनर थी, जब वही पास्टर के साथ उनका एक रोमांटिक ऐसे फिजिकल तक रिलेशन चला जाता है, जिसके बारे में वो किसी को बताया नहीं। जब वो किसी को बताती है तो उनको बोला जाता है नहीं वो तो पास्टर है, उनको कैसे करोगे, तो वो कभी किसी को नहीं बताया। तो अभी बहुत सालों बाद जब वो काउंसलिंग में बोलती है तो हमें इतना दुख होता है कि हम सोचते हैं कि नहीं, चांसेस देना है, गॉड फॉरगिवनेस बोलता है, लेकिन हमें जस्टिस को भी देखना है। बाइबल में पूरा थीम ही जस्टिस के ऊपर है। सो आपने जो बोला ये बहुत अच्छा होगा अगर चर्चेस में, आई थिंक दिस इज अ गुड चांस फॉर अस टू कोलैबोरेट, हम करेंगे सिस्टर।
Amrita, have you jotted
Yes.
the issues?
Yes.
Okay, super. Okay, so now I think all the teams have jotted down the issues on one side, the visions on the other side, right? Now I want you to do an exercise of ranking them. Quickly just put 1, 2, 3, 4. Which you think is the priority, highest priority among the issues? Okay, among the issues, rank them 1, 2, 3, 4. Or if you have even more than that, it's fine. What you all agree is the most important problem that you're seeing right now. So it could be one say it could be traffic or human trafficking, or it could be anything that you've written. Just put number 1, 2, 3, and 4 based on the rank that you as a team you can give ranks for.
Sister Momita, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, I have written down what we have just discussed. आपने जिस प्रकार से ह्यूमन ट्रैफिकिंग के बारे में बोला, मैंने ड्रग एब्यूज लोगों में और विशेष करके उन लोगों के विषय में जो हाई ऑफिशियल्स हैं उन लोगों के विषय में लिखा, उन लोगों को रीच आउट के विषय में. But I feel the most important thing in and around Siliguri is human trafficking, क्योंकि human trafficking का ये सिलीगुड़ी का एरिया जो है ये एक हब है. आप
ट्रांजिट है.
आप कहीं पर भी जाइए, ऑल ओवर, आई थिंक नाउ ऑल ओवर वर्ल्ड, ना इवन यहाँ से नेपाली गर्ल्स, बांग्लादेश से गर्ल्स, इवन थाईलैंड और उस एरिया के अंदर भी भेजा जा रही है ना. सो आई फील दैट द प्राइमरी कंसर्न is human trafficking, considering the environment of Siliguri.
Yeah, I agree. So इसमें हम इसी को मेन पॉइंट रख सकते हैं, और इसमें we can add कि प्रिवेंशन के लिए भी जो पॉइंट्स हमने अभी डिस्कस किया, that can be as a प्रिवेंशन पॉइंट. जैसे सिस्टर ने कहा कि लॉस का जानकारी होना जरूरी है, तो बहुत बार नहीं पता है. लोग सोचते कि बच्चों को बाहर ही नहीं भेजो, बट एक्चुअली सेफ माइग्रेशन कर सकते हैं. जैसे हमारी लड़कियां जो लोग 18 अबव 23 है, तो वो सेफ माइग्रेशन अच्छे से जानकारी लेके वो काम कर रही है बैंगलोर में. बट बहुत बार सोचते कि नहीं, आप ट्रैफिकिंग के बारे में बोल रहे हो, नहीं जानेंगे तो हम क्यों भेजें. तो ये नॉलेज का जो बैलेंस है बहुत जरूरी है, लाइक लीगल को साथ लेकर, उसके बाद रोल ऑफ चर्च. सो या इट sounds good, I think.
And you know, one more thing, when I was doing my research, तो उसमें एक टॉपिक था कि जो हिल स्टेशन होते हैं वहाँ की मेन प्रॉब्लम्स क्या होती है. तो उसमें एक मेन प्रॉब्लम होती है, एक होता है ड्रग एडिक्शन और एक ह्यूमन ट्रैफिकिंग. तो हम लोग का सिलीगुड़ी से लेकर पूरा नॉर्थ ईस्ट इट्स फुल हिली एरिया, राइट. तो हम जैसे सिलीगुड़ी की बात करते हैं, आगे भी हम जैसे बढ़ते जाए ना, अगर हम अलीपुर द्वार भी एक हब है ना ह्यूमन ट्रैफिकिंग का, प्रोस्टिट्यूशन का. तो ये एक हमारा जो बेल्ट है ये इन्हीं चीजों के लिए ज्यादातर फेमस है. तो ये सबसे बड़ा एक वो होता है ना. और फिर कई बार लड़कियों को उनके राइट्स पता नहीं होते हैं, बहुत सारी चीजें नहीं पता होता है ना, कि मेरे क्या हक है, मैं क्या कर सकती हूँ, है ना, जो भी सारी चीजें हैं. तो आई थिंक ये सबसे बड़ी चीज, मैंने रिसर्च में भी लिखा है कि ह्यूमन ट्रैफिकिंग द बिगेस्ट प्रॉब्लम. टूरिज्म का भी एक प्रॉब्लम होता है, जहाँ पर हील टूरिज्म होता है. इट्स वेरी कॉमन. या
Okay, so hope everyone have completed your issues, ranking them, also the vision on the other side. Now you can share. I'm going to start with the Zoom team. So you can share first. You can just tell us what is the number 1 and number 2 issues that you have seen.
As we have discussed, Sister Momita, Angel, and I, and Dr. Stephen was in the hospital, so he could not join, so we missed him. But 2 most important point, and one thing which has come out is human trafficking. So this is the issue, the main issue in and around Siliguri, and there are preventive methods that we have discussed. There are the responsibility of the church, the responsibility of local NGOs, Christian local NGOs, and the primary focus of restoration of the survivor. And the second issue that we have raised is drug addiction. We have discussed about it, drug addiction and the preventive methods and how to reach them out.
Okay. Thank you, Brother Raj. Thank you. So number one is human trafficking. Number two is drug addiction. These are the two things they have noted. Can you start from Ruben, brother, your team?
Okay, number one, we have demonic strongholds.
Okay, demonic strongholds. Traditionalism. Is it the 1 point or two? Okay, demonic strongholds and traditionalism. Okay. Number two.
Number two, people are preoccupied with their own self, with social media.
Okay, so social media, people are preoccupied in social media. Super. So we have now heard 4 points, two from the Zoom team. That is, one is human trafficking, drug addiction. Then the third one is traditionalism and demonic strongholds. And the fourth one is people are preoccupied in social media. Okay, great, social media addiction. That's nice. Super. Your team, sir. Cultural indifferences, divisions among people. That's what. Communal hatred. Okay. Social media again. Okay. So social media is coming again. Nice. So 6 points we have heard so far. Your team. Okay. Human trafficking. Number two is drug addiction. Population outburst. So hub of, okay. So it's a connecting place for many cities. So the population is going. So just for easy understanding, we'll take two. So you have also said drug addiction and human trafficking. Right. So please note down all the points what others has also mentioned. So we'll rank it down. Your teams.
Number one is idol worshippers.
Idol worship.
Yeah.
Okay.
And number two is deception.
Deception.
Because there are so many customers in celebrity business world. We see a lot of deceiving people by the business people.
So we can we call it as purity in business? Is missing.
Sorry?
Purity in business is missing.
Yes.
Yeah, so it is something to do with business.
Yes.
Okay. So now we got 10 points totally, right? So have you all got all the 10 points? Yeah. Now quickly think and again rank. Among all the 10 points, now we received 10 points from all the teams, right? So you can rank for each team. What are the top, let's say top 4 things that you feel that need to be changed in Siliguri among these 10 issues? Yeah. Can you write it down in your same, just below the issues? You can write down 4 things from these 10 points, what we listened from all the 5 teams. Write down 1, 2, 3, 4 points. The major or the top prioritized issues from your angle.
Hello.
Yeah.
So four points we have to discuss, I think.
Yeah.
What are the 4 top priority issues?
Among these 10 points which have been right?
shared.
So human trafficking, drug addiction, social media, sorcery, population. What else?
I think I was saying that government, government ka jab, when we don't have that support, so the free spread of gospel becomes very challenging. अगर हम हॉस्पिटल में जा रहे हैं, so our mission is कि अच्छा काम करना है, but also प्रभु का वचन शेयर करना है. मीडिया में जा रहे हैं, so our objective as believers that, but वो कभी-कभी हर जगह हम freely नहीं कर पाते, तो ये एक गवर्नमेंट, ये एक पॉइंट, यू कैन करेक्ट मी पास्टर, व्हाट यू थिंक?
This is absolutely correct. So क्या लिखेंगे इसको?
इसको लिखेंगे challenges, नहीं नहीं, क्या लिखेंगे? गवर्नमेंट challenges from the government or hostile government's hostile attitude towards gospel लिख सकते हैं. Government's hostility towards the spread of gospel ये लिख सकते हैं.
Brother,
हर एरिया में हमें वही एक चैलेंज होता है.
Is it done?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so now why I'm asking you to narrowing it down every time is, as I said, we need to have a very clear focus, right? When we see around a city, there are hundreds of issues, but as a set of individuals, we cannot focus on everything. So we might bring it down to 4 at the end, right? And that will be also our focus point from today onwards, that we'll be start working on it diligently for those 4 points. That's why I'm having this exercise. So Brother Raj, can you share what are the 4 points you have narrowed down from the 10? Number 1,
human trafficking.
Let me ask this question. They have said number 1 as human trafficking. How many of you have put number 1 human trafficking? Okay, so it is almost 4 teams have said human trafficking for number 1. So I am taking that as the first issue, number 1, the top issue that we are going to focus. Okay, what is the second point, Brother Raj?
We thought that drug addiction.
Drug addiction. Okay, so how many of you have put number 2 for drug addiction? 3 teams again. You have also put number 2. Okay. Okay. So, but is it there in the list? Yeah. Not at all. Okay. Is it there in the list? Yes. Okay. So 3 of you have said drug addiction as number 2, but 4 of you have said that drug addiction is also an issue. So I'm taking second as drug addiction. Okay. What is the third point?
Idolatry, witchcraft.
Okay. So strongholds, spiritual strongholds, idolatry. What? Okay. So how many of you put that as? It can be even number 1 or 2 for you. Number 1. Okay. Number 2 for you. Okay. So idolatry. 3 for you. So they have also put. So almost all the teams have put. That is one of. So that could be. That's fine. It's the same, right? It's a spiritual strongholds. That's what you're talking about. Okay. What is the 4th one, Raj?
Social media.
Social media. Okay. So how many of you have taken social media as well? Okay. So almost all of you have also taken social media, right?
Social media.
Okay. The addiction. We can call it a social media addiction.
Addiction, right.
Okay. And influence. Wonderful. So now if I say, let us focus on these 4 issues to start with, would you all be okay with that? Or do you think that that can be something else added to this? Not necessarily it has to be 4. It is up to you. If you want to add some more, you think that that is very important, that we also need to address that, we can add it here. Apart from if you have something else. Racial discrimination, okay. Racial discrimination, cultural issues.
I felt the impurity in business world.
Impurity in business world, okay.
Small to the big business.
Wonderful. Right, so impurity in business world, racial discrimination, corruption, yeah, poverty, unemployment. Yeah, so the list goes on. So for our easy strategizing, shall we focus on these 4? That is for our primary focus for the next 20 years. I'm talking about long term, right? And that why I've taken 4 is 20 years is a lot of time. and we can even start one after the other, or even two at the same time with the workforce we have, with the set of people we are involved with. What do you feel? Do you feel that is practically possible for us to work together next 20 years? It's a long term I'm asking for.
Exclusively. These are some many networks. So many papers organized. Many schools or academies have also taken this.
Wonderful.
So, like if I want to work on human trafficking, the areas, it's not only the movement dating, there are other networks also that are working on that.
Exactly. Yeah.
So we can have a lab.
Yeah. So we will, when we do the strategizing, we will in detail, we will talk about how we are going to do that. So now we are just talking about, we have seen why we are going to do it. We started with that. That is where I wanted all of you to write your vision. Your vision matters for the city. If anybody who says that I have a burden for the city but does not have a vision for the city, it's not going to work out. That's why I asked you all to write down your vision. Right? Of course, when the afternoon, we'll also start with your vision. And now we have also identified what am I going to do in the city. Why? Now what? Okay. So those are the four things that we're going to say, that these four are the what things we are going to do. And the next two important things we are going to decide today is how and with who. That is where the strategy comes in. Am I making sense? It's four important parts. What, sorry, starts with why. Why, what, how, and with who. Right? So these are the four major focal points for the city leadership team to focus on the next 20 years. So there will be a lot of conscious efforts from you in the next 20 years. There will be a lot of inspirations from you. You'll be sharing this vision with so many other people. As Brother Joshua was telling, that he was talking about younger people taking up the movement and in Siliguri, right? And as we also seen that, I'm not sure how many of you would be there in the forefront, right? You may be there, not necessarily, not everybody will be there in the back, but you will be creating more leaders on the process who has these visions. So that is going to be a very conscious effort from all of us, right? And it's a high time commitment. I'm not saying it is very simple. It is a commitment. It is a commitment with a heart that, yes, I'm going to work for my city. And in the afternoon, we are going to see a little bit more after the lunch, how we are going to do it and what are some of the other things and how the teams are going to be segregated in that, right? Yeah, sure, please. Yeah.
I'm just sharing a small response to what has filtered out of this discussion. Is that the four most important things here: human trafficking, drug addiction, idolatry, and social media. This is an outcome of regular prayer. Okay, we have never discussed or thought it's important for Christian unity, churches coming together. The Christian side, in a sense, is not been mentioned here in these four outcomes, but very social things have come out of this. I think it's good. It's good because it has taken us 15 years to come where we are now. And 15 years of filtration has brought these four things to the surface. In other words, what I'm trying to say is when Christian people come together and pray, God shows us the importance of social issues around us. Okay, this could have easily been done by a non-Christian NGO. Absolutely. Okay, and it's happening. It's happening. But we, as a Siliguri leadership, who have been praying for 15 years, have come to sort of a conclusion, in a sense, that these four issues are the most important at this point, and we want to tackle this for the next 20 years. So if that is an issue, how much more God wants to break us? How much more God wants us to see the need around us? Many churches, for them, this is not an issue. Frankly, for many churches, these are four things are not an issue. For them, as long as they can continue building churches, continue sending missionaries, which is in itself is not bad. It has to happen. But I think what I'm trying to say now is that Christians who are revived, Christians who are hearing from God will definitely respond to the social needs around us. And if we don't, then who will? If we don't, then who will? The churches, it is the time of the church to rise up to the situation and tackle it with a lot of prayer and a lot of unity. So that was my response. Thank you.
One present issue we forgot to mention this. I was sharing with the group. Just come in my mind. The gambling which is taking place in the cinema, and especially, selling lotteries. We'll see every street corners. Lottery. So that also one of the biggest issue at present we can see in our city, everywhere. So yes, it's a big issue.
Right. So before we go into lunch, just want to give one additional information. There are two approaches for us to move forward. One is an issue-based approach. The other one is a solution-based approach. Right. So what God has shown us is these are the issues. If we start focusing on the issues, how deep they are, how dark they are so big. I'm sure with your strength and my strength, and even putting all our strengths together, it is not at all possible. But what we can focus is, we can come up to a solution and we can start focusing on the solution more and more. For example, let me just give an example from Kochi. Last couple of years, I'm engaged with Kochi as well. So Kochi, they say the same kind of exercise we did a couple of years back with them. And they identified drug addiction and church dropouts in the young age are the two major issues in Kochi, right? And of course, Kochi is a tourist city, so drug addiction is on the high. Because of the drug addiction, a lot of people are dying. A lot of young people suicided in the last 2 years. The Kochi can be called one of the suicide capitals of India. So what did they do was, they didn't focus on suicide or drugs. Rather, they focused on developing the youth. The approach is towards who's going to be impacted out of this? It is the youth. So if we keep telling awareness programs, rather than creating awareness programs that drugs are wrong, if we create disciples of young people, that Jesus is the solution for everything, I think that is going to change a lot of things. That will stop gambling, that will stop drug addiction, that will stop suiciding tendency, whatever it is. It will change the entire society as such. So these are the major things that we are going to focus, but we are going to focus on the solution, who's the Christ. Right? I like Jeff Bezos. You all know Jeff Bezos, right? Amazon's CEO. He made a quotation. He said that always devise your strategy around the things which do not change. There are so many things changing in the world. When we keep deciding our strategy based on the things that are changing, we will be failed, because say something will come today and will not be even there tomorrow. Even an issue in that sense. But what does not change is Christ, which can never change. God can never change, right? So if we started developing our strategy around Christ, then it is going to stay for a longer time, right? So, yeah, with that we will go for lunch, and before that we have a surprise. Please go ahead, brother.
Happy birthday to you.
You.
म प्रार्थना गर्दैछु है। प्रभु परमेश्वर, हामी एन्ड्रुको लागि प्रार्थना गर्छौँ। तपाईँलाई धन्यवाद छ, यो जवान व्यक्तिलाई प्रभु तपाईँले सिलगढीमा ल्याउनु भएको छ, धेरै गिफ्ट्सहरू दिनुभएको छ उहाँलाई। अनि आज उसको बर्थडेमा जसरी उहाँको लागि हामी प्रार्थना गर्छौँ, यो मुभमेन्ट डेको भिजनमा पनि प्रभु तपाईँले उसलाई खिचेर ल्याउनु भएको छ। जुन उसको मिडियामा गिफ्ट छ प्रभु, गिफ्टिङ त्यो एरियाबाट प्रभु तपाईँले उसलाई चलाउनुहोस्। अनि आउने दिनहरूमा तपाईँले प्रभु यो छोरालाई शक्तिशाली तपाईँको योद्धा बनाएर आउने दिनमा चलाउनुहोस्। उसको बर्थडे एकदमै सुन्दर भएर गएको होस् यीशुको नाममा। आमेन, आमेन, आमेन। गॉड ब्लेस यू, गॉड ब्लेस यू। हुन्छ हुन्छ।
Right, thank you all. We'll meet back in 45 minutes.
Okay, we are going for lunch. 45 minutes. Please try and log in again. We are going for lunch now. You can also have lunch. Or if you want to join us here, you can come.
Okay.